Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I hope you guys have had everything that you need to get your day started and going correctly. I don't know. This next, I can't say artist or band really. It's a group of individuals. So, what they are is a collaboration, I guess, of artists that get together. They are all in separate bands or do separate things on their own, and then and I'm talking about from the composers to the producers to the musicians to the singers, to the artists themselves, everybody, right? They are a collaborative of people from all over the world who come together and do this rock opera, I guess is what I want to call it. We'll see what they call it. They have an explanation for it. And rather than me try to write it all down or memorize it, I went to their webpage and they actually have it laid out pretty well as far as just a brief description of what they are and then a list of everybody. So I'm just going to do that real quick and then we'll get on with their new song that they just released. Let's get it. Okay, so before we get into this, why don't I tell you what they're called, right? Valcata, I think. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm never sure. And the new song that they have out now is called Tower, and that's the video we're going to be doing. But I want to explain to you a little bit of who they are and what they do. So Valcata is actually a symphonic, progressive, metal, opera collective, right? So not rock. Falls more into the realm of Nightwish and stuff, right? They have the actual names, and we are now about to do Tower. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about it. Yeah, her voice is gorgeous, and I'd like to check out the band that she's in and see some of the stuff that they do, because she sounds very similar to Floor. My Nightwish fans, please don't go freak out on me. But her voice is very similar to Floor's in how high she can get, how strong it is when the only thing is she's not doing really strong parts. Even when she's in that position to do a strong part, she stays in her soprano. Floor can get down, has a huge range, so she can go, Floor can almost go down into the tenor range if she needs to, all the way back up into her soprano and back down. But her voice is just blew me away. Also, I'm assuming it's our American boy who did all the distortion vocals, because in his list of bands that he does, they're all death metal bands. So if he's a singer, I'm assuming he's doing a lot of distortion, and I hope that he's doing it in a healthy way. Take notes from David Draymond from Disturbed, or I hope he's worked with a vocal trainer, so that way, because it's fantastic. I mean, it's one of those distortions that you hear from those type of bands that hear clearly the lyric. And that's why I think he's doing it in a healthy way, because a lot of times in death metal bands where they do that really heavy distortion, a lot of times it just sounds like a lot of growling. You can't really, they don't enunciate their words, and so you're like, okay, that's great, you just growled for half an hour. You know, but with him you could hear every word very clear, and the lead with her, also a nice voice. I am so surprised though. This is what blows me away. I love the song. Okay, let me start this. I love the song. It has a very, well, obviously apocalyptic, but it has a very kind of COVID type vibe to it. But it has a very like COVID thing to it, right? Like just end of the world type thing feel to it. But that's what it feels like. It feels like a COVID song, you know, a song very close to what we're going through. So everybody can identify with it in some way, but it's not all about that, because they take it a step further, like apocalyptic, you know what I mean? But I do like the song a lot. Imagery. Okay, I have watched at least 4 videos with the same type of imagery. I've watched a Nightwish video like that. I've watched Northern Kings video that was like that, had that type of imagery, and a couple other bands with the whole planets and things floating through space and stuff like that. Actually, in this, it's like half of it is planets, and then the other half of it looks like, oh, this would be really cool, and if we keep it in black and white, it'll look like planets are out of space or things falling in. And it looks like they did it. I'm not saying it's cheesy, guys. I'm just telling you it was a smart idea. But it looks like they filmed the reefs, some reefs, you know, where there was a lot of coral and a lot of other stuff going on. So that brings me to the other thing I was going to say. But I really like this. I dig these guys. I just think they're so phenomenal. But I only get a song from them every 6 months or so. But I love them. I will want them to continue. The only thing I would say is whoever is doing the video production on their videos, put a little more effort into it. You guys deserve it. The music is that good that you should have a quality video to go along with it. And I'm not saying do a video, but don't do just a black and white video of some planets floating around in space, which, you know, every symphonic rock group has done. That's all I'm saying. You guys, the music deserves better visuals. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, I liked it. I want to hear what you guys have to say down below and tell me what you guys think. Especially and I have a lot, more than half of my subscribers are my symphonic or progressive rock, symphonic rock, and they're all most of them are from England, my Scandinavian countries. They are not from here in the US. So that's your listening base, guys. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say and what you think of them. And if you know any of the players in this. Okay, so that's it. You guys have a fantastic day. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Why haven't you? It's free. And above all else, please take care of each other because no one else is going to. Ciao.